Good afternoon, Boxing Viper Media and PR. I'm here with the main man himself, Eddie Hearn. Eddie, just been asking you there off camera, but how do you think that press conference went today?
It went well. I mean, last time the atmosphere was absolutely incredible, and I think this time it's going to be amplified because you have a much more serious fight for Lewis Ritson. You have more fans coming to the arena. Great card. I think Robbie Davis against Glenfoot is a brilliant fight, and I'm excited. I'm excited for Lewis Ritson. I'm excited for boxing in the northeast and roll on October 13th.
It's a good platform to be going off, isn't it, with what Lewis has been achieving so far. I think the only question is obviously, like you say, the level in opponents. How are they going to cope with his power?
Yeah, I think this time you got a big step up for him. You got a guy who he's very durable anyway, but a guy who's been to Finland and beaten Tatley in his backyard to become European champion. So this is a much sterner test, and I see rounds in this fight. I just think, Lewis mustn't get carried away with people just saying, oh, he's a huge puncher and thinking that he can just walk people down, because Patera's cute, he's skillful, and he can box, and if Lewis is sloppy in his work, he'll be made to pay. But I see a brilliant fighter in Lewis Ritson. He's going to have a quick run out on the Khan card next week and then move on to Newcastle.
So for next steps for Lewis, really, if he comes through October the 13th, obviously, the Khan bill as well, where would you like to kind of take him after that?
I'd like to see him box in America at some point, but he's going to be hopefully defending that European title as well. So I think I'd like to go and be in Newcastle every fight, but we've got to make sure we spread him around a little bit. I mean, he's huge now, not just in Newcastle but in Britain, and even our international broadcasters are starting to take note of Lewis Ritson. So he's got massive potential, and the most important thing is just keep winning, and obviously October 13th try and add that European title to the British crown.
Yeah, and you've got local lads obviously entering the scene as well because of Lewis. He's kind of blazing the trail along with Glenfoot with what they've achieved over the last sort of 18 months. But you've got young lads like Joe Laws, as you've seen his reception today was just incredible, wasn't it?
But they've all got a piggyback on the back of Lewis Ritson, and obviously you've got Josh Kelly as well. He's having his first child around the same date, so he's not fighting on this card, but he's another North East fighter that's going to go on and become world champion. So great time for North East boxing, and if the fans continue to support, like I know they will, then the sky's the limit.
And I've just been having a word with Dave Allen as well, and obviously Dave Allen's gone from one of those he's like a national treasure, isn't he?
He is. They love him, and I've never seen so many happy people when he won his last fight, but that's over now, and he's got to really build on that success and try and become serious and try and put in good performances. So we'll try and get him his first belt on October 13th, and again he's very, very popular, as is Joshua Buatsi, who's a little bit more serious than Dave Allen, and a guy that I think will become a unified world champion at 175 pounds. I think Buatsi is one of the best talents in the sport, and it's great to see him coming up to Newcastle as well.
And your fight of the night, what would you think that's going to be so far?
I always love watching Lewis Ritson box, but I do love the Foot Davis fight.
I think everyone does.
Fight, and also like Craig Glover against Simon Vallily. I think Vallily last time, Iqbal's style was just all wrong it's all wrong for everybody. And I think Craig Glover will really come to fight. So I think Vallily, if he can really get stuck into that fight, I think it's going to be a great fight.
And obviously you'll just have to take the customary boos on the chin, won't you, this time? Or do you think you might get cheered this time, Eddie?
I'd like to think that I should get cheered in Newcastle. You know what I mean?
I think you should as well,
maybe it's just something that happens now and we just got to get on with it. So, I'm pleased to be in Newcastle, boos or not, but if you could give me a cheer, that'd be nice as well.
Definitely. And I think, obviously, from all the fans' point of view, all that we can say is thanks for bringing boxing back.
Worries.
Really.
Listen, thanks for the support, because if you weren't coming out, I wouldn't be here. That's the bottom line, and without supporting the fighters, they wouldn't get these opportunities. So everything works hand in hand. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and see you on October the 13th.
No problem. Cheers.
Great, thank you.